Your character was tested, I think, especially in terms of that first goal. But sum up the night and the importance of the victory.
No, of course. Every win is really important for us at this moment. We know we have been from a lot ups and downs, and it's been hard for us to come out of that. Today we get a great win, but we can't stop here, and we can be satisfied because we beat Arsenal, even if we know they are doing really well. But next game is coming quick, so we have to put our heads in the next game straight away and be ready for that one.
What about the first Arsenal goal? What's your opinion on it? Should it have been allowed?
I don't know. Honestly. Normally, when the keeper goes down, I think we should stop the game. But mistakes happen. Players made mistakes. I don't know if the referee made or not. But even if that is a mistake from the referee, it can happen, and we have to carry on. Obviously, at the moment, it's really hard for us. But football is like that.
Cristiano Ronaldo goals number, I don't know if you know, 800 and 801 in his professional career tonight.
What's saying about that is incredible. We all know that. He's proving game by game, year by year, season by season that he wants to keep being the best. He wants to be the best, and that's what he did.
Do you think maybe being left out at the weekend motivated him a little bit tonight?
No, I don't.
If he needs any more motivation?
No, I don't need that. He knows how to self-motivate himself, so you don't need no one to motivate him. He knows how to do, and he will carry on scoring goals.
And what can you say about Michael Carrick in this interim spell? It finishes now, but 2 wins and a draw.
I've said to him, I was really mad to be off on his first game, and I tell him now at the end of this game. But honestly, for me, Michael can be a really good manager in the future if he gets that chance. He knows how to speak. He knows a lot of football. He was one of that great players that not a lot of people talk about. But for what I have seen, for me, he can be a top coach.
And now Ralf Rangnick comes in. Have you met the coach? An idea of his vision and what he's going to bring?
Not yet. Tomorrow, I think he will come tomorrow in. That's what people has said to us at the club. So now is a new beginning and a new start. But every game is a new beginning, a new start for us. And as I said before, this is a great win, and we have to carry on for the next one.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bruno Fernandes will meet Ralf Rangnick tomorrow. But before we get to the new man, some breaking news coming out immediately after the game at Old Trafford, and it is that Michael Carrick has left Manchester United with immediate effect. United have released a statement saying Michael has expressed his desire to leave the club and stand down from his position as first-team coach immediately. Of course, you played alongside him in midfield for many a year. He is unbeaten in temporary charge. Is that a surprise at this stage with Ralf Rangnick coming?
Yeah, you've shocked me there, Steve. That's the first time I've heard of it. Look, I always think when a manager goes, that the staff probably should go with him. So I'm not totally surprised at that. And do you know what? When he's had a taste of it, few games, he might think, right, I'm ready to go and do it now. He's had a lot of experience. He's been doing it for 2 or 3 years. He's worked under Jose Mourinho. OK, the last 2 or 3 years under Ole, which, towards the end didn't work out great. But he's got good experience, and it might be a chance for him now. As Bruno spoke really well of him there. He said he spoke well and he's enjoyed playing for him. So this could be a chance for him to go and get a job, go on his own. Coaching's a stressful job, honestly. What he's been doing for the last 3 or 4 years, it's 24/7. There's no break from it. So he might just have a little break with his family. As soon as he retired, he went straight into the coaching. But look, from what you've seen the last 2 or 3 games, he's been quite feisty as a manager as well in the interviews. So, look, he might just fancy a go himself now.
He said in a statement, I've given it a lot of thought and I've decided that now is the right time for me to leave Manchester United.
I think it's, from his point of view, what that says to me is that people saying, who picked the team for Chelsea? And I believe it was him now, because he obviously knows what he wants in his mind. He believes that he should be leaving now. I agree with Paul. I think if he's there with Ollie and it's not worked out for Ollie, he's steadied the ship until this fella's come in, and then he's left as soon as he can, because he's an honourable man by the looks of things. And I also agree with Paul when he says that he probably feels like, I think I could probably do this. But I think it's a great move on his part, because I think he walks out with his head held high, and the fact that people can't point their fingers out with his head held high, and the fact that people can't point their fingers at him saying that he's trying to hang around when the manager he's with there before has left. I quite like this move from Michael.
OK, let's talk to another one of Paul's former teammates at Old Trafford. Peter Schmeichel is waiting for us. So, I was going to ask you about the game and all kinds, but before we do that, your immediate reaction, Michael Carrick has left the club.
Yeah, it's a bit quick. The game has just finished, and then that's the news that's circulating around Old Trafford now. I can't really add too much to what Scholes and Wright is saying there. It is an opportunity for him. He's shown the world of football that he can be in that position. He's learned a lot over the last couple of years. And, you know, going back to coaching, having had a little bit of taste of management, you know, it might be difficult. And, of course, with a new manager which has, what the rumours are saying, he's a different style to what he's been used to, it might be the right time for him. So he's done really well, I think, in the last 3 games. The players are speaking really highly about him for his ability as a coach. I wish him all the best, and thank you very much for what he did tonight.
And, of course, as Paul says, he's had a close association with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, hasn't he? He may think, as Paul says, I've steadied the ship now, but if Ole's got to go, then so am I.
Yeah, it was interesting what he said when he was named interim manager until the real interim manager came in his first press conference. He said, well, I work with Ole. I agree with Ole. I'm not going to be very different to what Ole did. So even there, he kind of felt that he was going to do this, and once someone else was in place, he probably would step down.
Does it make sense when you break it down like that?
Yeah, I think it does. There must come a point, because he looks really focused, like he enjoys his coaching. There must be a point in his career where he thinks, look, I've almost done my apprenticeship now. I've been here for, what, 4 or 5 years. Now it's my turn to really go and give it a go. Whether there's a job out there for him now, I'm not sure. But I think it'd be nice for him to take a little break with his family, as I said. This job is so hard. I've done it not very often, 3 or 4 weeks, maybe 5 or 6 weeks at a time, and it's 24/7. I can see Peter laughing there. I don't think Pete did it. It's 24/7, honestly. It takes over your life. You're non-stop thinking about it. So I think it'd be good for him to have a little break, then try and find his way back into it in football management. And I think it'd be good for him, what the players say. Michael's a good lad. He's a really good lad, honourable lad, and it's a little bit sad as well, because he's been at this club for a long time.
Well, that was my next point. You see that on social media, a player, a coach and a manager, 11 major trophies, Peter.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's my sentiment as well. This is one of our own. He's had such a great career since he came to Manchester United. His contribution to this club is you can't put words to that. And it's a little bit sad that one of our own are leaving the club. But as I said before, good luck to him. He is going to go out there and he's going to get more experience as a manager. And maybe one day he'll return as a manager of this football club. And it has been quite interesting today to actually sit. I sat next to the Arsenal box, so I've seen the 2 technical areas today, and looking at Michael Carrick being out there, and he looked like somebody who was in control of a team. That he's a captain of the ship, which is something which I have missed a little bit at the Manchester United, that the manager was out there in the technical area, being in control. So every time the players, they look to the technical area, the manager would be there and they would say, well, we've got somebody who's controlling or in charge of us. He was there and he looks like a manager. So, it's sad. But, I wish him all the best of luck, and hopefully he'll return to football very soon.
Indeed. Stay there, Peter. Back with you very shortly indeed. You were talking about captains there. Let's hear from the current one who is digesting the news as well. Here is Harry Maguire.
Never seen it before.
What is the law, first of all?
Well, when you look at it, it's very, very simple that it's a goal. If you look at the law and you look at the incident in total, it's a goal. And the reason it's a goal is because when the referee blows the whistle, the ball is in the back of the net.
OK, if we all pause for a second, let's listen to the goal without us speaking to see if we can hear when the whistle is blown. So Chris, he's blown the whistle, Martin Atkinson, after the ball's hit the back of the net. He has no option, does he? I think Andre Mariner said to him in his ear, you have to give the goal.
Absolutely. You know, I was privy to listening to what Andre said as the VAR, a vastly experienced referee, and quite rightly, when the ball is in the back of the net, the whistle goes. So in law, a goal is awarded and it's the correct decision.
Stay there, because we're not done with you yet. Any complaints from a United point of view there?
No, I don't think there can be. I don't think there's anything that seriously wrong with David. He should be there protecting his goal at all times. Now, if Fred stands on him, it doesn't look that bad to me. Look, we've all heard the whistle after the ball goes in. The goal has to stand. The referee's given no choice. And do you know what? I think it should do.
Righty?
Well, the thing is that when you see David De Gea afterwards, when they give the goal, he's so incensed, he sprints after the referee. My problem with that is that there's not enough seriously wrong with him for him to be down like he is there. From where that ball is, even if he... Watch him here, watch. Yeah. When he gives it, you know what I mean? So, for me...
It's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. Yeah. That's ridiculous. That's David De Gea. David De Gea should be getting up after that challenge, trying to save it, and then go down if there is something wrong with you.
You protect your goal as a goalkeeper. You do anything to stop a goal. And to go in, to turn away, to not even look after something that is clearly... There's clearly nothing wrong with him. That little sprint there. You even see after that, he starts limping again. Look, he's done himself. He's done himself.
OK. United did get level just before half-time. Bruno Fernandes on his 100th United appearance. 15 games without a goal, and they managed to fashion one.
Yeah, they did a sloppy clearance from Ben.
And they managed to fashion one.
Yeah, they did a sloppy clearance from Ben White. It was a good bit of play from Sancho, actually. To be honest with you, I couldn't understand why Sancho has been put on the left-hand side. His best games the last couple of weeks have been on the right-hand side, but they've swapped him over and right to Ben White. Ben White makes a bad mistake.
I'm disappointed with that because he's been playing very well, him and Gabriel. And for me, he's got time as well. Maybe needs a little bit of communication from someone to say time, you know, because he seems to rush that clearance. And the thing with Arsenal, for me, Steve, is that they started very well, but they've just kind of like backed off and given Man United too much respect for the Man United that we're playing at the moment, and they've almost invited them onto him because they've been playing out really well, and then they kind of like just everybody's dropped in, and it just seems like they've invited them on. After that equaliser, could Arsenal have had a penalty? I think so, Harry Maguire. Simply because he's just got himself out of position. I think Tomiyasu gets the march on him, pulls him back. It's clear for everyone to see. It's like I don't know how he doesn't have a look. I don't know if it's because the referee hasn't blown, but you look at him here, Harry Maguire, look, he's pulled him back. I don't know. You know, it's a penalty. So a player of that experience doing something like that is crazy for me.
Yeah, look, Harry's out of position. It is a little tough. I think he makes a meal out of it, but look, I can understand why. Yeah, but Paul, if you're going to pull someone like that, someone will go down in the current climate. You'd probably get a pen for that. They didn't, though.
We didn't, though. You could do, but like you're taking a chance.
Well, let's ask Chris. Why didn't they, Chris, do you think?
I think, well, put it this way, Steve, I think if Martin Atkinson sees that and gives a penalty, the VAR aren't going to overturn it. And what we've seen this season in situations like that, they leave it to the on-field referee. They obviously didn't feel as though it was clearly and obviously wrong, but as I said, if Martin gives a penalty, the VAR is certainly not going to overturn that decision.
I can't believe Harry Maguire's taken a chance like that, especially with the way he's been going for him recently. If they give that, then obviously it's all back on top of him again, but that is just crazy for me from Harry Maguire, and they've got away with one. Got away with one for me.
Look, I think it'd have been soft, and I know where you're coming from, Arsenal, all this stuff, but look, it'd have been soft. You're right, Harry Maguire, his experience, he should not be in that position. He should never allow to have to do that in the first place, you know what I mean? And I think everybody was busy arguing, was it a corner or not, or was it a goal kick, and that's where that just got missed.